Sorry, you cannot I'm Anna and I'm Ava. Okay, and we are from Shanxi RCEP One Stop Service Center for Expats here in China. And today we have some news to deliver to you. So first of all, we're going to give a small introduction of who we are and what we do. And then we're going to give you some important news about the latest policy that is actually very favorable for foreigners here in China right now. Yeah. And then answer some questions and then talk a little bit about Xi'an. Does that sound good?
Yes, very nice.
Okay, good. So first of all, who are we? RCEP. So we are a company that offers many services for foreigners inside and outside China, like consultations. We provide consultations on different matters. We work on providing and solving visa situations. We do also lives like this one to provide some information about the latest policies, about changes that can affect or can actually improve the status of foreigners here in China. And from this month, actually this is quite important for us. From this month, we're going to start having some outside of this building, some activities that is going to be for foreigners for them to get immersed a little bit more in the Xi'an's culture. So now you know a little bit more about us. So should we get into the matter?
Yes, we can begin.
Okay, so now the reason why is this live going on today is to share the latest policy on the 144 hours visa-free that was declared this past July the 30th. Well, today we'll be explaining and answering some questions about this topic. And this is of extreme importance for foreigners. Knowing what to expect about your social status in a different country when you're a traveler is a must. So first, let's go to the content overview and check what we're going to be talking in which order for you to be a little bit more informed about it. So today's content will be completely covered and divided into 4 different sessions. First one, the policy background and applicability of this policy. Number 2, detailed application process. 3, key consideration and practical tips for when you come to China under this new policy. And number 4, most frequently asked questions. So we're going to go through all of these procedures, and then at the end, we're going to talk a little bit more about Xi'an and the good things that you have to find in here. So now we'll leave you with Ava. She's going to explain a little bit more about the policy background and applicability.
Okay, let me tell us the policy background. The 144-hour visa-free transit policy is not only a showcase of China's image, but also a catalyst of boosting tourism consumption and promoting the prosperity of related industries. Driven by both policy and marketing forces, inbound tourism in China is entering a virtuous, virtuous cycle and moving into a fast track of development. And we're encouraging more foreigners to come to China for business, work, study, and living. There is a chief researcher at China Center for International Economic Exchange called Zhang Yuansheng. She said, stay at unilateral visa-free policies are crucial for promoting the movement of people, and their impact of attracting foreign investment will be even more significant, thereby promoting economic and cultural cooperation and facilitating the transitional for various elements. This is my background.
Okay, so then now we're going to talk about the applicable countries and regions. So it's very important for you to know that currently there are 54 countries that are allowed to apply for this new policy. So today we'll be just mentioning a few, like for example, Albania, Australia, Brazil, Finland, France, Germany, just to name a few. But remember, it's 54 countries in total on this big list. So this means that if you need more information, you can actually come to us. We will provide everything that you need. So moving forward to the applicable cities and ports. Now I will mention the main cities and the policies are implemented, such as Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and some other too. So first of all, it's going to be Beijing and Tianjin in Hebei region. Here we have 7 eligible ports. Beijing Capital International Port, Tianjin International Cruise Port, just to name a couple of them. So we move on to Shanghai, Jiangsu, and in Zhejiang region. Here we have 10 eligible ports. For example, Shanghai Pudong International Airport and Nanjing Lukou International Airport. Number 3, we have Guangdong. Here we have 5 eligible ports: Guangzhou Baiyun International Airport and Shenzhen Bao'an International Airport. Here in Shanxi province, where we are located, you have 2 choices. You have Xi'an and Shenyang International Airports. And number 5, you have in Hubei province, you have Wuhan Tianhe International Airport. Again, remember, 54 countries and 41 ports. So this means that if you need more information, you can always check with us. We'll provide everything that you need. Okay, so now let's move on to the application process. So here Ava is going to explain to you the basic required documents or the needs that you do have to take into consideration when you're going to apply under this, for this policy and this procedure.
Okay, let me tell you something about the application steps. First, you need to confirm your eligibility. This is very important because confirm your nationality is eligible for the 144-hour visa-free transit, and that the city you're entering is within the policy of applicable regions. Yeah, this is the first step. And second step is prepare required documents. And the third step is upon arrival at the resigned airport, go to the dedicated channel, mention that, dedicated channel for the 144-hour visa-free transit. And step 4 is submit documents. Submit all required documents to the immigration officer and immigration officer, and indicate that you're planning to use 144-hour visa-free transit policy. And first step is immigration officer will review the documents and verify your eligibility. And congratulations, you walk into the last step. That is enter China. Once approved, you are allowed to stay within the design area for up to 144 hours. That's all. Welcome to China.
Yes, welcome to China. Okay, so let's go to the third part of our talk today. So now we're going to talk about the key considerations and practical tips. So first of all, we're going to talk about the policy restrictions. And here we need to emphasize in a very important points. Okay, so because you're traveling actually to another country, so here we need to respect the policy and we have the necessity of abiding to the country's laws. So number 1, like mentioned by Ava before, first one, you need to make sure that you belong to one of the eligible countries. That means that you need to really make sure that your country is within these 54 countries, eligible countries list. So step number 2, you need to enter and exit through the designated areas. So that means one of these 41 ports in specific cities that actually the government is allowing the policy to be part of it. So this means that you cannot enter through every single part of China. So before coming here, you need to make sure that your entering port is one of the eligible ones. Number 3, you need to have your travel itinerary. It might be asked from you, so it's better if you have your whole trip planned ahead. Number 4, you need to stay within designated areas. Later on, we're going to, in the questions part, we're going to go a little bit deeper through this. But yeah, you shouldn't be moving around. You should stay in the designated area through your entry and exit. So just stay put. There's a lot of things to see in China in every single part, so you won't be bored, trust me. Okay, so number 5, the proof of transit. You need to have this on point. Number 6, the duration. Remember that it's 144 hours. This means 6 days. You cannot stay longer than that, otherwise you will be breaking the policy. And number 7, documentation. You need to have all the documents that Ava previously mentioned on point. You need to have them all arranged, and of course your passport needs to be relevant. And number 8, the last one, non-eligible activities. This is a very important part because activities such as employment or studying are not allowed during your 144-hour stay here in China. You can conduct other kinds of activities, which we're going to explain better a little bit later. But yes, no work, no study, no anything as such. Okay, so now Ava is going to give us some practical tips that you need to take into consideration when coming to China. even
Yes.
by a local person.
I want to tell you some useful tips. And firstly, I want to add something is required documents. And first is you must prepare valid passport because the passport is very important. Passport must at least 6 months of validity remaining. And second, you must prepare onboard ticket. Provide confirmed onboard ticket to a third country with a departure time within 144 hours. And third, you need to prepare an entry card. Complete the Chinese entry card and submit it to the immigration officer upon arrival. And first step, you need to prepare some provide address of a location during a stay in China, usually a hotel or your friend's place. Yeah. And next thing is let me check. Let me check for a while.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So the thing with the hotel, that means that when you arrive to the hotel, you need to do a registration paper. You need to have a registration paper.
Yes, that's the first thing.
Okay, so that means that you don't have to sign in in your name and everything. They actually need to provide you the proof that you are staying in that hotel and how many nights and things like that.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
The first thing is there's some when you make some emergencies. The first thing is foreigners should abide by the laws and regulations of China, not other countries. Okay, during the period of visa-free transit, and should not exceed the scope of the permitted period of stay or the time limit of stay. And second thing you need to notice: if you stay in a hotel, and the hotel should register for accommodation. If you live or stay in the residence.
Residence.
Ah,
yeah, residence.
Residence, okay? Residence other than the hotel. You or the guest should register the accommodation at the police station of the public security organ or the service station of the foreigner in the place of
Okay, so residence.
Residence within 24 hours after entry.
Also, this means that if you don't stay in a hotel and you decide to come to a friend's house, maybe you have a familiar person here that can actually take you in, you still need to do the registration. That is a proof that the government has where you're going to be staying, and then you're not wandering around. So this means that within the first 24 hours, after arriving to your friend's or your family's house, you should go to the local police station, and there they will do the registration format for you.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
And three is if you need to stay in China beyond the time limit or exceed scope of permitted stay area for emergency and the reasonable reason for forced merger, you should apply for the corresponding alien state certificate to exit and exceed management department of public security organ in advance. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much this is the main information that we have. So far, it's a long procedure. Actually, it's a long things to explain. We have a lot to explain. But mainly, this is the most important things that you need to know and take into consideration when applying for this policy. So now let's move on to most frequently asked questions. So Eva, we can do I can ask you and then you can answer me and we can talk a little bit about it.
Yes, sure.
Is that okay?
Okay. Audience.
Yes. So question number 1. Can I fly from one city to another within China during this 144 hour stay?
You guess. First.
Can I?
Yes.
Can I?
Yes.
No.
Yes. It's true. Firstly, is no. You must stay within the designed region where you enter China. For example, if you enter through Shanghai, you can only travel within Shanghai, Jiangsu, or Zhejiang province because they are very close. You cannot go to other regions.
Okay, so only in between the regions. Oh yeah, about that. Remember that when I mentioned the 41 ports, they're actually divided also by regions. That means that you really need to check because maybe, like Eva said, entering from Shanghai doesn't mean that you need to stay in Shanghai, but you can go around Zhejiang province. So you have to make sure which are the designated areas or allowed areas that you can actually travel.
Yes.
Okay, so question number 2. When does the 144-hour period start counting?
The 144-hour period starts from the moment you enter China, typically based on the time stayed by customers upon arrival.
So that means that as soon as I enter the airport and the costume people, they put the Chinese stamp of the entry, that's when my time starts counting.
Yes.
Okay, so take that into consideration. That is really important. Not when you get the visa, but when you get the entry stamp. Okay, question number 3. If my plans change, can I extend my visa in China, my stay in China? Not visa, sorry. Can I extend this 144 hours?
The answer directly is no.
No.
The 144 visa-free transit policy does not allow for extension. If you need to stay longer, you must apply for a proper rate before the time ends.
Okay, so I do have a question about this. So I am here in China for 144 hours, and then I decide that I want to maybe not stay because he's not allowed to stay, but I want to like prolong my time. I can maybe come back again. Does that mean that I can apply for the visa here in China, or do I need to go out?
You need to go out.
So after my 144 hours, I need to exit the country and then from outside apply for my visa.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, and question number 4. Can I conduct business activities or attend meetings during the 144 hours?
Yes, you can conduct business activities such as meeting or negotiations within the 144 hours, but you are not, such as the formal employment or long-term work. That's not okay.
Oh, that is what we mentioned before. That's like Ava mentioned now. You can have meetings, you can go to meetings, you can have dinner, like business dinner and things like this, but you cannot actually work, you cannot be involved in any kind of labor or any kind of studies.
Yes.
All of these questions are actually frequently asked by people that are interested in this kind of policy. So what we were talking before about the 144 hours extension, it cannot be possible. So if you're in China during this time that the policy allows you to be in, and you got into a meeting and then you got a job proposition or you got interested from the country, apply for one of these visas, either students or work visa or any kind of option that you have. This is really, really important. It cannot be conducted within national territory. It needs to be from the outside.
Professionally.
Yeah, sure. So, like we mentioned before, we have a lot of more information that we can provide to you. If you're interested, we have a lot of procedures that we can help you go through. So remember, RCEP, we are located in Qingchuan Platform Talents Market. So, yes. So you can contact us at any time and we'll provide you all the help that you need. If you are inside China or outside China, it doesn't matter. So do we have anything else to discuss about this topic?
Next topic is...
Okay, so we can talk a little bit about Xi'an. Yeah, sure. Okay, so before we go to our final section and we say goodbye for today, we want to invite you, the people that haven't come to this amazing city. Actually, this city has a lot to offer. It's actually one of my favorites when I came to China.
You really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I always wanted to live here, and I moved here recently. So before we leave, we want to talk a little bit more about this and all the wonders that you can find in here. So we're going to talk a little bit about places, about food, and about drinks. So I will mention, and she can elaborate. She knows better than me.
I'm very looking forward to you introduce this.
Yeah, because you want to listen to me speaking Chinese. Okay, so first of all, we can mention that this ancient capital has many good streets to offer. Wonderful scenery spots like Zhonglu, that is for us is known as the Bell Tower. Actually, and this is my suggestion, anytime that you go to that place, it's beautiful, it's amazing, it's breathtaking, but if you go at night, actually the lights of that place, it makes a beautiful, amazing contrast actually within the historical place that it represents and the modern city that it has around. So my recommendation, yeah, it might be a lot of people, it might be crowded a little bit, but it's totally worth it. Okay, so the next one is the most recognized one maybe in the foreigners community. That is the Bimayong. That is the for us it's known as the Terracotta Warriors. I personally went there myself. It is honestly breathtaking. The energy of that place is amazing. They have a lot of tips to give you to enjoy more your visit over there. But yeah, my recommendation is go. It is a must when you come to Xi'an. It's really, really amazing. So, can you say something about these places?
This place I think is Leipzig is built about 2,000 years ago because it's a Qing dynasty and the emperor made this. And you know, this area is very complex and many barriers standing there and it's very huge. It's a very huge landscape.
Yeah, yes, it really is. It's a really beautiful place. Okay, so about food. I know that people might be, some of the foreigners, because it might have been my case before coming to China, might be a little bit afraid of the Chinese food because they eat really spicy, because they put a lot of different spices and different flavors than ours. But don't be. Chinese food is actually delicious, and the one in Xi'an is amazing. So yeah, first of all, we have many delicious choices, but my suggestion, you need to try the rojiamo. Actually, this is kind of it's a fried bread, right?
Yes, fried bread.
It's fried bread, and they put, it's like round, like this is not that big, it's really convenient to eat. And they put like a lot of meat and vegetables inside.
Yes.
It's really, really tasty, and it's not spicy if you don't want to.
A little like a Chinese hamburger.
Yeah, it kind of is like a Chinese hamburger. It might have been. Yeah. But the meat is not like a hamburger because it's shredded.
Yeah, it's shredded.
Yeah. It's really yummy, like I said. Don't be afraid of the spices because you don't have to put any spicy sauce if you don't like it, if you're not into that. And the second one is the gamian pi. This is known in English as belt noodles, right?
Belt noodles, and we also call this liang pi. In Chinese.
Okay, so two ways of saying it. Now you know. So it's called bell noodles because they're like kind of rectangular. They're like very wide and very long, but it's very, very tasty. Very tasty. They put like a lot of sauces inside. Again, if you don't want it spicy, you can just order for like not spicy food, and you can enjoy it as well. And about the beverages, actually this place has their own local kind of drinks, right? So the first one you can choose here. Actually, the summer is really, really hot. So in a very hot and exhausting day, you can order a very, very cold guopi, which is a very tasty, it's kind of a fruit beer.
Fruit beer.
It's a fruit beer, right?
Right.
Okay, so that is actually really, really nice. And the other one that you can drink, she can tell you more about it, is the ping pong, right?
Yes, it's a soda water, like orangey or orange Coca-Cola. But in Chinese, they have two names. In Xi'an, it's called Bingfeng, but in Beijing, it's called Beibingyang. Beibingyang is the coldest sea in the north. It's called what?
Really?
Yeah.
Coldest seas.
Coldest sea in the world. In
Okay. Yeah. Antarctica?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That is. So if you came to Xi'an, you can call Bingfeng and 肉夹馍 and another is 凉皮 called it together, and this is in Shanxi called 三秦套餐, and you can try it.
All of it together?
Together.
Why haven't you tried it?
Because it's very typical.
Oh, really?
Yes. Bingfeng and
She needs to take me to try it.
Okay. Bingfeng 肉夹馍 and 凉皮 three together.
Okay, so this is all we have for today. So we're going to be doing this kind of introduction of different matters and different policies more regularly. So we invite you to join us anytime that you have any time. Actually, if you have time to join us, please join us and support us.
Yes.
And we'll always be providing important information for foreigners mainly. We're always updating the policies in our platform, so we're always well informed, and we want everyone to be as well informed as we are. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, if you have anything that we can help you with, remember RCEP,
Remember,
platform
she's
in the talent market, Anna, Ava, and we have a whole team that is more than willing to help you all. Have something to say? To say goodbye?
Okay, just say goodbye.
Just say goodbye. Okay, so we wish you all a very beautiful day, and we hope to see you next time.
Okay, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
If you want to know more, you can scan the code.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
want to know more, you can.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
code is
there.
over there.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is over there. Nice. Bye-bye.
Hope you have a good day.
Have a good day.
Yeah, see you next
See you next time.
Friday. See you next
See you next
Friday.
Friday.
Mm.